Hello everyone, Karen Cecilia here. I trust everybody is good. You know, I do not usually venture into things like this that I'm about to venture in. And I don't because yeah, unless it has something to do with what we are doing. And this to me has something to do what we are doing. Usain Bolt is strategically trying to force the government to address his bad judgment in his private investments. And I have to ask some question. Is he pointedly interfering in the elections? Is he trying out his power and love and popularity and likability to try and influence the voters in order for him to get the government to give him back his money? What is he doing? We're going to talk about that. Karen Cecilia here. Please remember to give the video a thumbs up. And do share it so that other people can hear our views. The purpose of doing these is so that other people can hear our views and make up their minds if they want to join us or they're against us one way or another. Usain Bolt has brought Jamaica greatness over and over again. Truly, he has made us proud. He has made us proud in every way that you could be proud of a son. He's all of us son, all of us nephew, all of us grandson, boyfriend, and truly, all of us legend. Every time we remember what he has done, we feel good. Yeah? We are so proud of him sometimes that we lose sight of the fact that we have been proud before. Even better proud. I mean, he's not the first person to make us proud. We have been even prouder in some cases because Robert Nesta Marley is still our number one pride. And we have our pride in politics as well because we are known throughout the world. Our politicians are known. Norman Manley, our first premier, Iman Alexander Bustamante, our first prime minister, both of whom worked together to get us independence. That is a big thing. Michael Manley, the great communicator, the man that led us through so many changes. Portia Simpson Miller, our first female prime minister. And of course, Andrew Holness, our youngest prime minister ever. We have had greats, and we have greats still, like Beres Hammond, J.C. Lodge. There's the I Trees, Shaggy, Sean Paul, Lady Saw, Dennis Brown, and the great Gregory Isaacs. We have had greats, and we have greats. We continue to have greats. But for some reason, but he stands at the top of the heap, and we're not taking that from him. He stands at the top of the heap right now. For most people. Really not for me, but for most people. We are not taking anything from Bolt in what I'm about to say. Because in this era, he is our best told story. And we want to keep it that way. But Bolt must understand that his fame and his success is not his doing alone. It is not. And people who achieve this kind of fame and greatness tend to believe that it was only because of his prowess and his talents, but it is not. His parents and the community that he grew up in shaped him as well, and he has shown his appreciation to that. The time that we live in now, it creates exposure and international fame in an instant when you're talented. Our past artists and our past athletes in many instances did not get that, so that helped him and propelled him to the top. So Bolt seems to forget that there were other greats before him that never had this kind of international fame or exposure that would have sent their fame into the stratosphere. And there were. It's kind of like when Celine Dion came on the scene. Everybody was going on and on and on. Except me, I love Celine Dion. I do. But I mean, the way everybody was behaving is as if them don't remember that there was a Whitney Houston before a Celine Dion. There was Anita Baker before Celine Dion. Wasn't as great as Whitney Houston, but if you are to match up Whitney Houston and Celine Dion, and Whitney Houston, there was a Whitney Houston before Celine Dion. So there are greats before him that never had this kind of international fame or exposure, but they were great. And that their greatness, if they had social media at the time, that would have sent their fame into the stratosphere. Think what it would have been like if Merlin Ottey had made the history that she made today. Think what that would have been like. When was that history? I think it's 1976. Think what it would have been like today if Merlin Ottey had made that history that she made then, today. Can you imagine what would have happened? So while Bolt is great and famous and successful, so was the famous 1952 Fab Four. George Roden, Arthur Wint, Herbert McKinley, and Leslie Ling, the Fab Four, why together, who together and separately remade Helsinki and gave a new meaning to track and field. And there were others who never got the name great, but was great anyway, such as George Carr, who won the bronze medal in 1960. There was also Donald Quarry, who won the sprint double in Edinburgh at the Commonwealth Games in 1970 at the age of 19. Donald Quarry brought us 4 golds, 2 silver, and a bronze. That was great. There was Lennox Miller, who brought us the only medal we got in 1972 Olympics. One tiny, teeny bronze medal. One man gave that to us, Lennox Miller, whose name is obscure in the history of track and field because of all that has happened and transpired, because of social media and the new landscape of news and promotion and marketing, all of that. Merlin Ottey created a kind of history that no woman had the right to create in 1976. None. She became the first woman from the English-speaking Caribbean to win a medal. Now that was history. I would have nobody to, it never recorded in social media. She didn't have a Facebook page. There's no YouTube video of Merlin Ottey, creating that history. I mean, they have to look for old videos and probably, turn them around and make them into YouTube. But there's none of that. There was nothing on Twitter. There was nothing on Instagram. She never posed up in her fabulous dress going to some function. Not like that. Yet, she created history. First woman from the English-speaking Caribbean to win a medal. There was Bert Cameron, who was a friend of me. Bert Cameron is kind of a quirky kind of guy. Now I tell you nothing. Noveline Williams, Diane Hemmings, Juliet Cuthbert. They all made their country proud. They all made us proud. They made Jamaica proud. They soared and excelled at their chosen field of competition. They came home to cheers and praise and accolades. They went on to become cherished memories and serve their countries in other capacities. Schools are named after them. Roads are renamed for them. Statues are built for them. Their names and achievements forever etched in our memories and written in our history books for generations to come. So, Mr. Bolt, you're not the first great athlete. And you're not the first athlete to put us on the map either. Now, our country has carved out a spot in the world that is basically the envy of the entire world, and particularly the entire Caribbean, Eastern and the whole Caribbean, English speaking and otherwise. I mean, we have carved out a place in the world that is envious, even to developed countries farther ahead of us, So we love you. We love you both. We do. We like that you belong to us. We like that. We like to know that when you're going to, Jamaica and you and a Jamaican, nobody can chat to. We love that. But you have grown cocky and arrogant, Usain Bolt. Cocky and arrogant and playing victim. That's what he's doing. Playing victim after he made a private investment in an investment firm and had inexperienced people looking after his interest. He himself never seems to be hands-on about his own investment portfolio or that particular investment with the SSL. Or is SSL or SSL, yeah. Yes, he himself never know. So it's like any other thing, You have some money and you want to invest. Everybody does it. You either win or you lose. That's how investment goes. Sometimes you make a good investment, sometimes you make a bad investment. But playing victim after it is, kind of cheeky. So Bolt now going around doing interviews, doing like him doing some kind of media tour, and basically throwing words upon the country and saying things like him the people victim blaming him, or him doing victim blaming, or him showing around words about victim blaming. And there's no such thing in his case as people victim blaming. First of all, he's not even a victim of anything. He made a conscious decision to invest some money into a brokerage house. It's a brokerage house or a savings, whatever it is. But he made a conscious decision to invest this money. It can't have been something that he just get up and do willy-nilly. I mean, this is 10 million US dollars. It's not a willy-nilly decision. And having made that decision, he entrusted that decision to some other people, as many others do. And it went bust. And now I'm talking about victim blaming because people are quarreling with him about how him behave. And there's no such thing as victim blaming unless he was armed or injured in some kind of crime. But if victim blaming means because I'm feeling helpless and passive because of his misfortunes in his private investment, then yes, he's a victim and people throwing blame on the victim. But this is a decision that you made. Nobody made it for you. You never consult with government about it. Government are busy with you. You're a private citizen, a beloved one, but still a private citizen. You have a right to do what you want with the money that your sweat, your hard work, it's yours. So don't, but but the thing that is bothering me about Usain Bolt and him media tours and his utterances, the thing that bothering me about it, why I felt the need to do this, is because I can't help but wonder if Bolt is on this media tour with a more sinister motive, a more sinister agenda, because he clearly believes that his personal decision to make this investment in the way he did is somehow the responsibility of government. He has said as much. Not in my words, but he has said as much. Every chance he gets, he falls it back on the government, and it bothers me. It bothers me because this is a man who made a private investment into a non-governmental firm, a private firm, and it's a bad investment. Whether no matter how we look at it, how the investigations went, what came out of the investigation, it don't really matter. None of that matters. It's FEMA responsibility because it's FEMA thing. I don't understand him government argument, and him somehow believe that the government have some level of responsibility, if not all responsibility, to get him back in money. And if he feels that way, because you can always feel that way, no? You can say, boy, you believe that the government should have more control over this place here, and so on and so forth. And so if you feel that the government did not protect your interest by legislator or whatever, then sue the government. Sue the government, present your case to court to say to the court that it is because of X, Y, square, Z from the government why this organization failed, and present that evidence and see if you can get back your money. But you can't. Both know him can't, and him lawyers know that him can't. You see, man, him lawyers out there, running around with this argument about government, Every second word to them mouth is about government, and then them start to play the victim card now. That we must feel sorry for Bolt. We the Jamaican people who love him, I must feel sorry for him and probably give back him money, because that is what him happen for. But if you blame the government, sue them instead, him and him attorneys them all out in the public baiting the government. Throwing out words so them believe, it's the government to give them back their money, or the government should get somebody to give them back their money. What the hell? Boy? What's the matter with you? What's wrong with you? We live in a free market economy, which is what allowed you in the first place to make all that money, and what allowed you in the second place to invest it as you see fit. How does the government play a part in all of this now? Explain that to me, because me don't know. How the government play a part in all of this? Your attorneys are out there abate the government. But here's what I believe more. I believe that it is a deliberate strategy by Bolt and his team of attorneys to blackmail the government. And here's why I believe that. And this is why I'm saying something about it. Otherwise, I would not give a rat's ass about it. But I am getting the feeling that this is an election year and everybody wants to inject something in the election year in an attempt to score some kind of cheap political points to see if they can influence something. I mean, a host of people trying it, not to mention them fool people in civil society and talking about Justice Panton and them foolishness about gag clause. Everybody seems to want to throw in something that they have as a spoke in the election, and the entire thing is rotten because it is election interfering. Everything that they're trying to do is interfering in the election process that is about to take place. So for Bolt in an election year, and the bad of the whole of last year and the year before that, to make all them guys away, man, we might do what them time before sue the government. And in an election year, him and him people them on media tour, where every second phrase that he uses is the government. The government this, the government that. Why? Do you think the government is responsible for both money? Because if both believe that the government is responsible for money, we should go sue the government. And or go privately, negotiate in private with the government for find some way to get back your money. But going out there, and I think Mr. Bolt is creating and interfering in the election to blackmail the government. He want this to be a narrative in an election year, so Bolt not get back him money and the government will give back Bolt him. Which is why I'm using the word the government. It is a shameful display of election interference. Shameful. And I don't know who advising Bolt to go out and do this, to try and create an impression that the government will give back him money like it's a government and take the whole Jamaica for idiot. Because nobody not saying to him, how government come with your money? Did the government take your money? Did the government do something in SSL that would want you? And now that the investigators say most of your money never ever reached SSL. What the hell? What the hell? Now, let's say for argument's sake, because we like Bolton, everybody love Bolton, everybody feel bad that him losing money, and him ask the government if them can do something for give him back the money. This is not the way to do it. But can the government really take up $2 billion of our money to give to Usain Bolt to satisfy him arrogance about him bad investment? Can the government do that? Which Jamaican would agree for the government to take up $2 billion of our money to satisfy Usain Bolt arrogance in his bad investments? We love him. We want him to get back his money. But it's film investment. That is how it works. People make bad and good investment. He made a bad one. And he's now suggesting that we the people, because what him doing is riling up so that we the people can say the government will give back Bolt him money. That's basically what he wanted to rile it up so that people can say, boy, the government will give back Bolt him money. And then now Mark Gold and crew them on platform and say them now give back Bolt him money. That's what Bolt doing. Him taking disadvantage of us, believing that we would jump up and say, yeah, we could give back Bolt him money. How we got to take up $2 billion give Bolt for bad investment? And he lost his money in the bad investment, bad management, bad team. Those are decisions that you yourself made, Usain Bolt. Bad team, bad, paying attention to what you're doing. Maybe you're drinking too much and dancing too much and going out too much crap. Then you never pay attention. Huh? Which Jamaican want to take up $2 billion give him? When we have clinics that could use that money, schools, community centers, police station without vehicles. Why would we agree for the government to give Bolt $2 billion? And if he's trying to force a public conversation about his money and continues to use the phrase, the government, him treading on dangerous ground. He is treading on dangerous ground because it would mean that him trying to influence the voters, him trying to influence the outcome of the election, him trying to insert himself and his personal problem because of his national appeal to interfere with the election. That is what Bolt and him team doing. And somebody need to call him out about it and tell him to cut it out. You feel the government have some responsibility to you and your money? The first thing you should have done, pardon me, is you and your team go have a discussion with the Minister of Finance and the Prime Minister and try work something out. Or if you don't feel like doing it, you could sue the government too. And probably some stupid judge might even tell you, yeah, the government give back your $2 billion. But no, what he wants to do is to create an impression in the country that is the government responsible. It is the responsibility of the government to make them give back him money, or them should take up the $2 billion and give it back to him. That is the impression him trying to create, and then him trying to gin up the public by going on this media tour, and every opportunity he gets him talking about the government. You better cut it out. Cut it out, Usain Bolt, because we love you. We truly love you. We want you to prosper. We want you to get back your money. But listen up. We are in an election year. It is the most consequential election of my lifetime. You might not understand that, and you might not even care about it. But I'm telling you, it is. And we will not tolerate your continuous interference in our election process because you made a bad investment. So get your act together and sit down with your attorneys and figure out a plan. How we're going to move forward. But if I hear you out there talking about the government and your money, this is going to blow up. Because we're out here in a war, Bolt. There's a war going on. It's a fight for the soul of this nation. It's a war for survival for Jamaica. It is a war to ensure that a white man don't take control of this country, and you are interfering with that process. And we don't want you interfering with it. We don't want you out there thinking you can sway people's mind by go talk some foolishness about your money. So we're going to make sure tell the Jamaican people them say your money and you invest it and government and have nothing to do with it, and you're going to get nasty up by it. And it would be a shame. It would be a shame for somebody to start nasty you up just for that. So cut it out, young fellow. Cut it out, man. I know you feel it. Them the kind of money I will never see in my lifetime, so I can't even begin to understand what it means to you. But I suppose it means a lot of things to you. You have a family, you have your children, and you have your life. I know how that feel. But you boss, you made the investment. You took that risk. Investments are risks. The people you hire, well, if you not check them out properly and have them in your confidence and them not good people, that is also a risk. And if you yourself not versed on how some of these things work so that you can follow your thing properly, that is also a risk. The entire thing is risky. And you took the risk. You can't take the risk, lost, and then want us to pay you back for it, and then want to interfere in our elections because you want to say the government should give you back your money. And again, I said, if you feel so strongly about the whole government thing, you should be privately having a conversation with the government. Or you should have sent a lawsuit to the government from last year or the year before, when it all happened. If you feel so strongly, go present your case to the court to say that the government was responsible for your money. But stop going to talk about the government. What the government did? Did the government own the company? Did the government tell somebody to rob your money? Did the government know your people? The lady will rob your money, the government and she a friend? What? Did she work for government? What exactly did the government do? Because if you're going to go out there, shout at the top of your lungs about government, and the government, and your money, you better have the facts. I'm going to come out here, come lick it down. In spite of the fact that I love you, I'm going to have to show you some tough love. Yeah, I'll have to come out and come show you some tough love. Love you, but I'll have to just lick it down. Because, as I said, Bolt, this is the most consequential election of our time. And it seems to me you're treading on very dangerous grounds. You're walking a fine line here, and you seem like you want to turn over the thing in a particular way so that they will hurry up and give you before the election get hotter and before people. Stop it, because if that is what you're doing, I'm on to you and your team. So cut it out. All right, Papa? Yes, Usain? We love you, Papa. Enough love from you. Enough kiss from you. All right? Thank you for listening to my rant, everyone. Stay safe, everybody, and keep the children safe. Bless you.